Hello, and welcome to the last but one in my series on faculty effectiveness. I am still Dr. Ifoma, and I'll be Faculty of Business Administration in Emmanuel University. Today, I'm going to take the discussion on the topic, faculty, a call for constructiveness. Constructiveness is what should drive every faculty in any university. You cannot but be a builder, because here you are building humans, you are building a system, you are building tomorrow. As faculty members, all we are doing is build the tomorrow of our society, of our societies, of the world. And so, the first thing I want us to understand is, for every university, it's an organization that is formed by people who are passionate about certain things. And that's their passion enable them to establish a path or a type of university. A university could be established because of medical needs. And so even if they run other courses, you see that the medical aspect is very important to them. It could be for religious needs. It could be for community needs. It could be for IT needs. And universities are established because of those passions that drive the investors and the promoters. So the question now for us is, what makes me know whether I am a builder or whether I'm a destroyer? Because already we have agreed that we should be builders and not destroyers in the universities that we find ourselves. There are various things that could make me determine whether I am building or whether I'm destroying. The first is, do I understand the objective for which my institution was set up? If I don't understand the objective, there's no way I can take steps to work in such a way as to promote that objective. So understanding the objective of setting the university is the critical first step. And that now leads me into the next step of ensuring that I work in a way to achieve the goal for which the university was set up. Second, I want to be able to assure myself that as a critic, which every faculty with a level of education should be, I am a constructive critic and not a destructive critic. When I critique constructively, I'm able to help the university to remove those processes that are wasteful, to remove those procedures that do not enhance the growth of the university. And we critique the university structure, the university human resource, the way we lecture, the mode of lecturing, and the facilities available. That is what we are there to do. Because in all doing all these things, as long as it's constructive, then we are trying to build the university. Next is, am I imbibing those elements that make for sustainability? And these elements include the way we critique the organization, that is the university, and also how do we respect the rules and regulations of the university. In respecting the rules and regulations of the university, we must also respect the constituted authority, those leaders that are leading us as faculty in the university, whether they are administrative or whether they are academic. We should be able to respect them. Every university have the internal regulations and also an external rule and regulation that is guiding them. And when the university violates the rules, the external rules, they are forced to close down. And most violation of the external rules stem from the violation of the internal rules. And we all have a part to play in ensuring that the rules and regulations of the university, and by extension, the external regulation, are kept. Next, we want to be able to ensure that the students' goals for coming into the university are achieved. The main goal of coming there is to be good citizens in the future. And they become good citizens by the way they behave in the university, the way they are taught, the way they study, and good academics. So if our students go into all kinds of negative behavior, then we are throwing out into the world people who have various negative attitudes. And that does not augur well and does not even speak well of the university, because people will now say, oh, if that's a candidate is from this and that university, I don't want that person in the system, in the organization that I run. And so because people know all these things, employers know it, the society know it, we cannot bring up a crop of students that eventually become rejects of the society. The next aspect is that we have to leave a legacy, a good legacy. It is a very important thing for us as faculty, because that actually drives everything that we do. If I have the aim of leaving a good moral, academic, and professional legacy, then it will drive everything that I do in the university. Drive the way I research, will drive the way I teach, drive the way I relate with my colleagues, the way I relate with students, and everything that I do, the way I respect the authority of the school. And so, what then is the legacy we are leaving for our students? Will they be the kind of people that will go out before they leave the 4 walls of the university, they have forgotten your face? Or will they be the kind of people that tomorrow, when they become ministers and commissioners and people in the House and the Senate, they will remember that so professor played a big role in my life? They may not reach out to you, but they will remember. Whenever they think of who they are today, they will remember that this professor played a very important role. Most importantly, what legacy are you leaving for the university? Will the university say, oh, when you put in your paper, good riddance to bad omen? Or will they always remember you when there is something that is critical in the discussions or in activities of the university? Say, how we wish that Dr. So-and-so was still in the university. This problem would have been easily handled. It is very important for us, faculty members, and my fellow colleagues, that when we are working, we should not be so myopic to think that studying, researching, and delivering the lecture is all that matters. It is important that we are builders in the university that we are working. And it is important actually in every sphere of life that we belong to, whether in associations, in family, everywhere we find ourselves, that we are builders and not destroyers of any institution that we belong to. So I wish us well as we go through this. Sometimes it's tough, but I know that once we are determined to be that builder, then we do everything to make sure that we achieve it. I'll see you next week in the final discussion, and then I can move on to some other things. Thank you for being with me all this while. And for those who missed any part of the discussion, they are all available in the YouTube, and you can actually access them there. Take care and see you next week. Bye for now.